Radiant City, raising leaders that transform society.
Never been this good. Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. Whether it's happening in Port Harcourt, South, Nigeria, or around the world, we've got you covered. On air, online, delivering balanced news and unbiased analysis. Today, 95.1 FM.
Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. News update.
Thank you for joining us. Here is a business news update on Today 95.1 FM. I am Lucky Maxwell. Minister of Power Adebayo Adelabu reiterated that the recently signed Nigerian Electricity Act 2023 will play a fundamental role in transforming the power sector. He said it will unlock the potential of the energy mix and promote the integration of renewable energy technologies into the grid system. He spoke at the ongoing Nigeria Energy Conference and Exhibition in Lagos. According to him, the Act aims to create an environment that supports sustainable growth and investment in the power industry by focusing on accelerated private investment and the promotion of renewable energy sources. The South Korean government has indicated interest in Nigeria's lithium deposits. In a statement signed by the Deputy Director of Nigeria's Ministry of Solid Minerals Development, Alaba Balogun, disclosed that the Nigerian government had engaged the South Korean government at the 7th Korea-Africa Economic Cooperation Conference in Busan, South Korea. According to the statement, the management focused on revising a 2006 Memorandum of Understanding between Nigeria and South Korea on investment in the solid minerals sector. The statement noted that the Nigeria team comprised officials of the Ministry of Solid Minerals Development and Owandu Mining Company, while the Korean Institute of Geosciences and Mineral Resources and Korean Mines Rehabilitation and Mineral Resources Corporation represented South Korea. The Manufacturers Association of Nigeria has declared the decline in Nigeria's raw material exports by 285 billion naira on a year-on-year basis can be attributed to the government neglect of the productive sector. An analysis of foreign trade statistics published by the National Bureau of Statistics showed raw materials exports fell to 345.5 billion naira in the first half of 2023 compared to 635.5 billion naira in the same period in the prior year. Parliamentarians and stakeholders from the just concluded African Internet Governance Forum in Abuja have expressed concerns over the issue of cybercrime in Africa. In a communique release, it was disclosed that cybercrime is a potential threat to implementing the African Union Agenda 2063. The stakeholders called for sufficient investment and synergy among African countries to tackle cybercrime activities. The communique read in part, cybercrime remains a potential threat to the implementation of AU 2063 agenda and AU's digital transformation strategy. On the foreign scene, energy giants Chevron and labor unions have struck a deal to end strikes at two large liquefied natural gas facilities in Australia. The Offshore Alliance said workers accepted a proposed agreement put forward by the country's labor regulator, and the company said the current industrial action has been suspended. Strikes had been taking place at the Gorgon and Western facilities over pay and conditions since September 8. Australia's industrial arbitrator, the Fair Work Commission, had hosted mediation negotiations between the company and union representatives. And that's the business news update on Today 95.1 FM. I am Lucky Maxwell. Good afternoon. Greenland comes up next. Stay with us.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
Get ready as we take you through a journey of discovery, exploitation, and essence of natural resources on your premium talk and news and sports station. It is Greenland.
Land is green, it's green, oh, oh.
A
program that brings to center stage issues on agriculture with analysts, technocrats, and farmers.
To discuss the challenges, opportunities, and role of agriculture in Nigeria and how it affects our economy. Every Friday, 1 p.m. only on Today95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
Clouds go gray. The thunder rolls and the earth sings.
It's a beautiful Friday afternoon. A very good afternoon to you. How are you doing this beautiful day? How is this Friday unfolding? Thank God it's Friday. All right. What are you doing today and what are you grateful for? Season's greetings to you out there. And I am welcoming you to Greenland today. On Today95.1 FM, here we get to discuss agriculture, everything agriculture. Okay, what you can think about and what you can't even think about. Agricultural opportunities, challenges, our role, what we stand to achieve, what we fail to do, what we need to do. You know, we discuss everything with technocrats, agriculturalists, experts on each topic that we bring to the table. Today, oh Lord, I have a topic that you most probably would have never thought about. I saw it and I was myself thrilled. All thanks to my guest today. I was myself thrilled and I can't wait to have this conversation already. So, I am with somebody who has been here a couple of times. Okay? And he definitely will be doing justice to this conversation today. I am with a senior lecturer in the Department of Animal Science. Animal and Environmental Science. Sorry, Animal and Environmental Biology. I beg your pardon. Animal and Environmental Biology, Uniport. All right. He's a researcher and farmer as well. So he will be doing justice to this conversation today. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you. Do well to stick to the dial. We will be here till 2 p.m. before the news update comes your way. So make sure that you're listening, you're staying glued. You want to get a pen and a book, verbally, or just take a notepad on your phone so you can jot down one or two things that will be helpful to you tomorrow. Okay, tell somebody we're live right now in Greenland on Today 95.1 FM. My guest today is Dr. Lily Zitter. You're welcome, Doctor.
Yes, good afternoon.
You're very welcome.
Yes,
I had to drag him. I had to drag him from a lot of things. And I'm really grateful. I'm glad that you're here today, Doctor. Thank you so much. So I want to talk about something called biogas production. You probably haven't heard of this before. A lot of persons have never heard of this when they hear biogas. Like, what's biogas? You know. But amazingly, we stand to achieve a lot of things from this word, biogas. This thing, biogas. And we're going to find out today what it is that we stand to achieve and, the prospects and its uses, biogas. What is biogas, okay? I think right now is it just right now? At one point or the other, every year in the nation, there is always a rise in gas, in petroleum product. There's always a rise, right? And then we see fuel scarcity. Cooking gas is something else. I thank God right now it has dropped a little. I think 1 kg goes for 850 naira. My tongue, be careful. 850 naira, 1 kilogram. That's what I got it for the last time, which was yesterday. I hope that it hasn't increased again. You know how things can fly in this nation. So, Doctor, tell us, biogas production. Let's start from the roots. What is biogas?
Biogas, from the name bio, which means life, and gas is anything that is not solid and liquid. So biogas is gas that is from biological origin. And the gas we are talking about today is an energy supplying gas. Like we have fossil fuel gas from petroleum and from all other sources of fossil fuel. But this biogas, exactly the same type of gas, methane, that we got from fossil fuel, but in this case from biological origin.
What do you mean from biological origin?
From living things, but though the other one is still organic. We've heard of in eons of years, but in this case from these plants and animals that are putrescible, that are decaying within our environment for now. These are called biogas. So this gas is so important if we can adopt it in this time that we need a renewable energy source, because our energy source has been depleted almost on a daily basis. And this energy source that has been depleted, we need to have a renewable energy source, because the one we are using is not renewable. And this renewable energy source we need is from biogas. It can supply the gas we need to cook our food in the kitchen, the gas we need even to on our generator. So if you adopt the biogas after purification, it can be used for generator. It can be used to cook your food.
Okay, can you break down a little, more on where this biogas is gotten from? You said biological origin. So let's break it down a little. What precisely, what biological origin might you be talking about?
Biogas is gotten from a microbial decay or putrefaction of organic matter.
Microbial.
Yes.
Doctor, you're still speaking grammar. Yes, you're still speaking grammar. I want to understand what you're saying. Break it down a little.
Okay, how can we break it down?
You're speaking to a layman outside.
Let's start to break it down.
God bless you, sir.
Yes, our food products, our kitchen waste, our dungs from cow, our dungs from pigs, if you put it in an anaerobic where there is no oxygen, it will produce gas. Take, for instance, our toilets, our soakaway toilet. You see, there are fumes that come out of it if you locked it up. If it's close to a roofing sheet, it even cause erosion. That fume that comes out of it almost on a regular basis can produce biogas. It's the biogas we are talking about.
Wow.
In fact, when I constructed my soakaway in my house, I intended to use it for biogas production. But after I bought my washing machine and I sent the water with soap to that place, it killed the bacteria and the biogas did not come up. So I had to buy another tank to produce my biogas. Otherwise, I wanted to produce biogas directly from a soakaway.
So you mean you can produce biogas by yourself from a soakaway?
Yes, it can be produced from your soakaway, from your toilet soakaway. Which means if you imagine you want to produce biogas, now you can open a soakaway, maybe a public toilet system within the road and connect to a biogas plant. And we produce biogas and produce the gas.
What does a biogas plant look like?
That is connected to a receptor, maybe something that is going to get the biogas out of it, a container. That's what I mean. Because it's going to that system, that your toilet system, that your soakaway is the digester that is going to produce. Because when the microbes are inside, the gas will be produced.
Have we already started practicing or producing biogas in Nigeria?
Yes.
We have.
I did an experiment on it and I produced and I lit it and it was aflame. I've done experiments with some students also. I even have 2 students.
Do we have producers of biogas in Nigeria?
Definitely not. I've not seen, because fossil fuel has dominated everything. Because this, what do they call it? This our oil is sometimes called oil doom, because it does not allow us to think. At the time when the oil is there, nothing you ever think about.
Doctor, how did you discover biogas?
It's not that I discovered.
How did you find out about it?
Research. I told I'm a researcher, and it's research. Many things produce biogas. Let me tell you a little bit about biogas. Cow, in the rumen of cow, as they belch, it's methane that comes out. So cow, it is something that is within the biological environment. When you dump your waste at the dump sites and you leave it for some time, if you light the place, it's ablaze. and the light will be burning for 2-3 days. Even though the rain falls, we see the place continue burning in a waste dump site. It's because of this gas. Waste that are dumped at different waste dump sites, the methane is being produced in it all over. So you can harness it.
So can biogas work as the normal cooking gas?
That is what I'm saying. It works as the normal cooking gas.
Can be used in place of the gas from the station.
Yes.
Interesting. So how can we actually produce biogas in large quantity?
Yes, this is how we produce biogas. Biogas is produced by getting your waste. And maybe like this one I just set up in my house. You get cow dungs from where they are slaughtering cow. And you now mix it with grass.
Waste. What kind of waste? What?
Biological waste from your kitchen. Your food waste, your peels, grasses, agricultural waste from the farm, restaurant waste, any of those things that are putrescible. Put them in a container at a particular ratio with water and keep and cover it so that there won't be any oxygen.
Okay.
Once there is no oxygen, after a period of lagging period, the gas will start to be produced because the bacteria, the cow don't serve as an inoculum.
I don't understand. You mean the gas just produces itself?
Yes, the bacteria, everywhere there is bacteria. The science says that we are a walking petri dish because the number of bacteria in our body is more than our body cells. So there's bacteria everywhere. So even in those things there are bacteria, but those bacteria, they don't grow in an aerobic environment. Aerobic means when there's oxygen. So immediately you keep it in such a way that there's no oxygen, you lock it up, the bacteria start to grow, and when they grow, they produce gas.
And you can
light it and it set up a blaze, it get aflamed.
Wow! So in that bag where you have your waste filled in water. Is it a bag?
Not a bag,
rather
maybe
a container.
A drum.
Did I just say a bag? I mean, how do you put water in a bag?
Container.
A container.
Yes.
Right? With your waste in it. You keep it for how long?
After 2 weeks, you can start to produce.
Now, I like being practical now. So I take my cow dungs or food waste or whatever waste. I put it in a drum, and then I put water. Should the water cover the waste?
Yes, cover it in a particular ratio.
Okay, covers it, and then I leave it for after 2 weeks.
You cover it totally.
Totally, definitely. Yes. No form of oxygen
and
coming in.
And you now get a little vent where the gas will pass through, maybe a pipe.
Okay.
So the gas, when it's produced, will be passing through that pipe like this. This gas pipe.
Yeah.
You now connect it to your cooking
cylinder.
Sauce. Even you can connect to your cylinder, but the problem in connecting to cylinder is that the gas is not under pressure.
Okay.
So it cannot enter the cylinder as supposed.
Why cannot enter the cylinder?
It's not pressurized.
So how then do you put the gas in the cylinder? How do you fill it in the cylinder?
Then you can use a pressurizing machine, maybe a pump.
Oh, okay.
Or you may not necessarily put it in the cylinder. You can tap it from the digester straight to your cooking
to your
cooker.
Oh, wow. So you mean just covering that? No, sir, doctor.
Yes, that is it. That is it.
There are many doubting Thomases right now.
No, in agriculture, there are so much to learn and so much to develop.
I agree with you. So you mean that mainly just covering dirt and water, all covered up without oxygen coming in or going out, and after a while, gas is produced from that.
Yes. Methane gas is produced.
Doctor,
and this methane gas can be used to cook your food, though it has some impurities like water vapor impurities, nitrogen impurities, some carbon impurities.
What does that mean?
Which means there are some percentage of other gases that are mixed with it.
Oh, other gases?
Yes, because it's natural.
Okay, so it has to go through some form of purification.
If you need to use it for like in a machine, like a generator, then you purify it. But if you want to use it as a cooking gas, you don't need to purify it. You can just set it and light it and it will be burning for you.
I see a business springing
very
from
big
this.
Business. Very big business. Like the way the cost of gas. I went and bought 20 kg of gas recently. It cost me a lot. And I've said the next time I'm not going to buy another one. I just I'm starting building my biogas.
Oh, doctor, please remember me in your paradise. I will
See,
do
I'm not
this
going to
business
buy
with you.
another gas.
I want to be in your business, an investor. See, whatever you want to call me right now, we are going to do it together. No, this one.
The plan I
I
have
am
is
interested
that
in this one.
I'm
it doesn't.
going to have some tubes of car tubes.
Okay.
Then this gas will flow into it and inflame the car tube. Then I will disconnect as many car tubes that the gas fill. I will disconnect them and pile them up. Then we use from the gas these car tubes and now connect to my cooker and get my gas without necessary. If I can have 2-3 kg of gas per day, I'm okay. And I can serve my house without necessarily going to pay 20,000 or 15,000 naira for gas every month.
Wow. So
without investing any money.
So with little cost.
No cost.
No cost.
Yes.
No, I'm saying little cost because
of
you might need to
yeah.
purify the gas.
You don't need to purify the gas if you are using it for cooking.
Oh. Wow.
You only purify it if you are putting in a machine like my generator because it can be used in the generator too.
So, doctor, when you say waste, you mean this? I mean, like this normal waste that we throw away from our kitchen on a daily basis.
Even the waste you don't even need.
Like rice,
even your feces can serve
rice. No, please, leave feces. No, please, leave feces out of it. Oh, no, please.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, no.
Okay. I said
like
rice,
all this like waste,
yes.
right? Rice, beans,
yes.
yam peels.
Yes, the water from beans.
Sachets, can it work?
Sachet.
Yeah, sachet from the water we drink or the food we buy, the things we buy.
Yes.
The sealed stuff that we buy, say spaghetti.
You're talking about the packaging material?
Yes.
No, they are not biodegradable.
Okay, they have to be biodegradable. Okay, I see. Wow. So nothing is a waste in this life right now.
No,
actually, nothing is a waste.
Nothing is a waste. God does not produce any waste.
Wow. So, what other uses can this biogas does it have? What other uses?
The uses of gas.
The normal things we use gas
for. But the advantage it has is that it helps us to cope up the greenhouse effect.
I was coming there.
And ozone layer depletion is a problem of the society today. Help us. Excuse me.
Sorry.
Help us to cope it, because there are all these waste from fossil fuel. It's causing problems. So when you recycle the nutrient that are within the biosphere, it does not impact so much on the biosphere again. But what we are doing today is that the nutrient that has been held up in the core of the earth are brought back to the surface to overpopulate the whole environment with waste, with carbon dioxide. But if you recycle the one that is within, it does not impact so much on the ozone layer. So that is the advantage it has.
You mentioned something about renewable energy.
Yes.
So with this biogas, we can have renewable energy.
Yes, it's a source of renewable. In school, we learn about renewable energy, wind energy, hydro energy, and this biogas.
What do you mean renewable energy?
Renewable, like you can see, every day you can put another waste and you get the gas out of it. Put another waste. But fossil fuel, you don't renew it. You don't do anything to all the fuel they've been drilling is not replaced. So after some time, all the fuel will be dried up. It's not renewable. But this one, you don't get lost.
And this gas can serve as an energy source. That means you'd need to have a lot of, like a large.
In some places, some other developed world, there's a very big biogas plant, a tank, almost like a factory, that they pack waste and dump them there, and they are producing gas in their tons.
Wow.
But in Nigeria, we're not investing into this because fossil fuel is there. And these are areas where agriculture will have been a way of creating jobs for the people. But and all the time we are looking onto drilling oil, sharing the money, drilling oil, sharing the money. Agriculture has so much thing to to give to us.
So if you want to use this gas for cooking, now anybody can do this.
Anybody can do it.
In their home, they can do it.
Yes.
I'm doing it too. Gas.
But it need to be pushed too.
I know.
Because there are many things we ignore. You cannot just hear me now and go and do it. There are many factors involved.
I knew you were going to say that.
Definitely.
That's the more reason I mentioned that. I need to be coached.
Yes, you need to be coached.
So it's more than just.
But it's not difficult. It's not.
Yeah, I can see, and it's stress free.
It's stress free.
It's
not
stress
difficult.
free. So if I want to produce in large quantity, I mean, what would that take?
A bigger container.
With more waste.
More waste.
And if I want to...
And the waste after the digested, the thing that comes out of the waste is used as fertilizer for your farm. So there's nothing wasted. After that, you dry it and use it as fertilizer.
So does it have a timeline?
Yes. After a period of time, the production curve is sigmoid.
Okay.
So it goes up like this, and within it gradually come down over a period
the
of
gas
time.
produced from a particular waste
will go up fastly, then gradually be coming down over a period of time. Then after some time, the production will be very low. You change.
What are the disadvantages of this?
The disadvantage is that if you don't monitor it properly, there will be short of gas.
Okay.
But if you monitor it properly, let me say you want to depend totally on the biogas. What do you need? You have 2-3 tanks. So that when this one is having the lag period waiting to produce, you connect your pipe to another one that's...
Just like your normal cooking gas that you use. Wow.
And you get it constantly used.
Interesting. Any side effects?
Side effects? No physiological side effects, but psychological side effects. Because in the sense that there are some gas that comes out of that has some repugnant odor.
Okay. I can imagine.
Yes. So if it leaks into your kitchen,
is it inflammable? If it leaks into your kitchen,
inflammable.
It's inflammable. So it doesn't have to be in your kitchen then.
It doesn't have to be in your kitchen.
I mean, who keeps gas in his kitchen? Okay. Doctor, this is very interesting to hear, knowing that the things we've been throwing away are actually very vital resources that can help us save a lot. And
especially now that the economy is going...
I tell you, we don't need to spend much, and we don't need...
Especially now that the economy is going...
I tell you, we don't need to spend much, and we don't need...
Especially now that the economy is going...
I tell you, we don't need to spend much, and we don't need...
Especially now that the economy is going...
I tell you, we don't need to spend much, and we don't need...
.1 FM, Port Harcourt, voice of the people. This is Today. Radio has never been this good. Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. Radio has never been this good. Today 95.
Enrique Iglesias.
Yo te miro y se me corta la respiración. Cuando tu mirada dice 1000 palabras. La noche en la que te suplico que no salga el sol.
Bailando, tu cuerpo y el mío llenando el vacío, subiendo y bajando. Bailando, filosofía, mi cabeza está vacía. Ya no puedo más. Ya no puedo más.
Ya no puedo más. Yo quiero estar contigo, vivir contigo, bailar contigo, tener contigo una noche loca. Ay, besar tu boca. Yo quiero estar contigo, vivir contigo, bailar contigo, tener contigo una noche loca. Con tremenda nota. Tú me miras y me llevas a otra dimensión. Tus latidos aceleran a mi corazón. Tus latidos aceleran a mi corazón. Qué ironía. Del destino no poder tocarte, abrazarte y sentir la magia de tu olor.
Bailando, bailando, tu cuerpo y el mío llenando el vacío, subiendo y bajando. Bailando, bailando, ese fuego por dentro me está enloqueciendo, me va saturando.
Con tu física y tu química, también tu anatomía, la cerveza y el tequila y tu boca con la mía. Ya no puedo más.
Ya no puedo más.
Ya no puedo más.
Ya no puedo más. Con esta melodía, tu color, tu fantasía, con tu filosofía, mi cabeza está vacía. Ya no puedo más.
Ya no puedo más.
Ya no puedo más.
Ya no puedo más. Yo quiero estar contigo, vivir contigo, bailar contigo, tener contigo una noche loca. Ay, besar tu boca. Yo quiero estar contigo, vivir contigo, bailar contigo, tener contigo una noche loca. Con tremenda nota. Bailando amor, bailando amor, es que se me va el dolor.
Yeah. This love that make me shama, yeah. I'm a little baby marama. Even when my brain just dey turn only you, baby, now in the my corner. This love that make me shama, yeah. I'm a little baby marama. Even when my brain just dey turn only you, now in the my corner, baby. You see this girl, yeah, now God will give to me. You see this girl, now God will give to me. You see this girl, yeah, now God will give to me. You see this girl, now God will give I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love. I'm in love, oh, I'm in love. I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love, oh. I'm in love, oh, I'm in love. Baby, you're me concern. Top priority when the girl them see you, all of them must stand firm. Number one, baby superwoman, me I rate you 10 over 10. No girl like you, I love you, die my most expensive item. Alright, when me tell them, oh no, yeah. This love they make me shama, yeah. I'm a little baby marama. Even when my brain just dey turn only you, baby, now in the my corner. This love they make me shamaya. I'm a little baby marama. Even when my brain just dey turn on. Only you in my corner, baby. You see this girl, yeah, now God will give them to me. You see this girl, now God will give them to me. You see this girl, yeah, now God will give them to me. You see this girl, now God will give them. I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love. Yo, watch this. Oh, yeah, make you style on for them. Style on, style on, style on for them. Baby, make you wine on for them. Wine on, wine on, wine on for them. Tapota, TPT, yeah.
Radio has never been this good. Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
Shawty's like a melody in my head that I can't keep out. Got me singing like na 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 every day's like my iPod stuck on replay, replay. Shawty's like a melody in my head that I can't keep out. Got me singing like na 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 every day's like my iPod stuck on replay, replay. Remember the first time we met? You was at the mall with your friends. I was scared to approach you, but then you came closer, hoping you would give me a chance. Who would have ever knew that we would ever be more than friends? But railroad white breaking all the rules. She like a song played again and again. That girl, like something off a poster. That girl is a dime they say. That girl is a gun to my holster, and she's running through my mind all day. Hey, Shawty's like a melody in my head that I can't keep out. Got me singing like na 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 every day's like my iPod stuck on replay, replay. Shawty's like a melody in my head that I can't keep out. Got me singing like na 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 every day's like my iPod stuck on replay, replay. See you being all around the globe. Now once did you leave my mind? We talk on the phone from night till the morning. Girl, it really changed my life. Doing things I never do. I'm in the kitchen cooking things she likes. Railroad white breaking all the rules. Someday I wanna make you my wife. That girl, like something off a poster. That girl is a dime they say. That girl is a gun to my holster, and she's running through my mind all day. Hey, Shawty's like a melody in my head that I can't keep out. Got me singing like na 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 every day's like my iPod stuck on replay, replay. Shawty's like a melody in my head that I can't keep out. Got me singing like na 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 every day's like my iPod stuck on replay, replay. I can be your melody, a girl I could write you a symphony, the one that could fill your fantasies. So come baby girl, let's sing with me. Yeah. I can be your melody, a girl I could write you a symphony, the one that could fill your fantasies. So come baby girl, let's sing with me. Yeah. Na 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 na. Shawty got me singing na 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 na. Now she got me singing. Shawty's like a melody in my head that I can't keep out. Got me singing like na 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 every day's like my iPod stuck on replay, replay. Shawty's like a melody in my head that I can't keep out. Got me singing like na 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 every day's like my iPod stuck on replay, replay.
International black man, yeah. Wagwan. Let me need some more. Charlie D. Listen. Looking at you.
court
that
order
stated that, status quo should be maintained until the substantive suit is looked into, is determined.
Yes, they have served them through their council, through the Gay People's Council, Gay Communities, Host Communities Council. They have served them. The legal department said they have not seen anything. That they have not. That has been their usual trade. This has been their usual activities. And on that note, the people now say, okay, since you say you did not see it, we will go and serve you in the public domain.
Hence the protest.
Hence the protest.
Let me come back to you, CDC chairman. Okay. What has been the relationship between your own community and Total EMP?
In some areas or some issues, it has been cordial. But whenever there are issues and situations, I think mostly when it favors their cronies.
When you say they are cronies, are they not sons and daughters of your kingdom?
They are sons and daughters of our kingdom. They will be fast in accomplishing that. But when the reverse is the case, it will always, we have not seen anything.
So you think it's a divide and rule tactics that is at play?
Yes. Divide and rule.
Have they been consistent in their corporate social responsibilities since operation?
Not all that, but at least we have electricity, we have also water.
Okay.
But the areas they have done bad is that there is no hospital. There is no hospital for their gay people.
How many communities make up their gay clan or kingdom?
Okay, I think there are about 16 communities.
Can you name some of them?
Obagi, Obobro, Obigbo, Ohale, Ogbogu, Obite, Akabuka, Erema, Obkegi.
Okay, and these are within which local governments?
They are within Ogba, Egbema, Ndoni local government.
Let me come back to you, comrade. Do you think the company, the IOC, looking at your protest, you served them publicly?
Yes.
The letter,
yes.
The court judgment that states that all parties should maintain status quo. What was their response?
Well, the man that came to receive the letter was the community manager and stakeholders according to the engagement
and strategy management.
Strategy. So he came and said he actually came to receive the letter on behalf of the company, that the company will give back to the gay people on that regard. And then at that point we are hoping that since the needful has been done by giving them the letter, because the letter has been, this order was on January, and then from January they said they have not seen
the court order.
So
are you sure it was really served?
Yeah, it was really served. It was really served because the DHL cannot tell you they have not served. If you post anything through DHL, you have a system to track.
Okay.
You have a system, you can track any letter sent through the DHL on your phone, and then it will just print out what they call it. It will just print out that it has been sent to the people, the name of the person who received, the time, and the date.
So since January, this letter has been served.
Have been
so
served.
you discovered within this period, up until this moment, they were still going.
They were still going ahead
to inaugurate
to do activities with the people, and the people said no. Even at that point, when their legal team discovered what was going on, they wrote a letter again reminding them that, listen, this matter is in court.
Okay, their own legal department wrote a letter. To who?
To the management of Total Energy. Says, listen, this matter is in court. Please do not deal with anybody until the determination of the suit. And yet, because You know what this oil company do in Niger Delta is to divide the people, divide and rule. That's why the people now said no, we cannot wait.
The other top management in the in Total E&P, are they aware of this case?
That's the reason why the people now went on public to serve this letter. That's the reason, because a lot of things were happening. You know, some of our people who works with some of this oil company are the ones engineering some of these things that are happening, especially those who are in top management of those companies,
who are sons and daughters of the community. So you think they are sabotaging, and causing confusion?
Yes, because of their personal interest. Because this letter, if you serve this letter and it regards a legal matter or legal issues or court judgment, it will go directly to the department of the legal department of the company, who is now headed by the son of their from Egi, and then he will keep it, because what they are doing, what the court said or what the judgment said, is not favoring the people he has been working with over the years. So he will keep it and say we have not seen anything. That has been the system. So when the people now discover that this is what was going on, they said no.
Have there been other legal issues between the Egi people and Total?
There are issues.
Apart from this particular one?
Yes, apart from this particular. For example, he got a judgment.
I got a judgment.
About what? What issue was that?
This issue of CDC, by the virtue of my family, which is the Dumokro family, nominated me as the CDC chairman of Obagi. And at the time, people were dabbling on it because I'm not one of their allies. I went to court, suing Total, suing LNG, suing Ajib, and the other opposition. And the court gave me judgment, confirming that I am the CDC chairman of Obagi community.
How has it been done? By election or by nomination?
It's a family affair. So the larger family has the power.
Okay.
To say this is the person that is going for us.
And your family is a larger family?
Yes, it's the largest. It's the largest family in Obagi.
Okay.
And it's the most senior family.
Has it been traditional?
Yeah, traditional.
Over time?
Yes, over time. That is our tradition.
So why do you think they were contesting it?
Yes, because some persons want to thwart most of those Total cronies, because it is not in their favor. They want to thwart the decision of the family. They went to court. A court confirmed me as the CDC chairman, gave judgment, even it was a perpetual injunction mandating Total, Ajib, LNG to accord recognition to me.
Did they do that?
Ajib consented to the judgment. LNG, but Total is still dampling on it because I'm not among their allies. Even as at the state of that protest, the person that came to this, I told him, people are causing problem. He said it's a legal this, and the person that is heading that legal department is Adolphus Agumikehi. Since he has resumed as a legal manager, there have been a lot of problem, a lot of issues, because it's like they have left their duties and they are not playing they are playing community politics.
For community people who are supposed to work in the oil companies operating within your area, are they nominated, are they elected, or are they sent by the people? How is it been done? Or the company just, puts out the vacancy and they employ whoever they want to?
Yes, they put on a vacancy.
Okay.
And people apply. When you are able to pass all their interviews, they employ you.
Is there any percentage ratio that they give to community in terms of employment?
Earlier, before this time, not even percentage, we have a number of people that should be employed.
From your own community?
Yeah, from a community in a year.
Okay. Both skilled and non-skilled.
But at the time, the last MOU, right, they removed it. They said that our people will be competing nationally. And this have been, and since then, nobody has been employed.
Nobody has been employed?
Yes, except that they have done it without my knowledge. Nobody, no vacancy. But they keep on employing people into the system.
Let me come back to you, comrade. With this particular position, do you think, since now you've served the court judgment via your protest on Wednesday, and a representative of the company came out, received the court judgment, right?
Yeah.
And they said they will get back to you. If the company goes ahead, like you have claimed that they have their own committee that they've been able to set up, talking about the board that will manage the 3% without consultation, without consulting the community, themselves. If they go ahead to do this, what's your next line of action?
Content. It's simple. It's content. It's content of the court. And that process will do what? We commence. There is no two ways about it. See, our position has been that what is rule of law? Rule of law is everything should be done according to the law. That's rule of law. When you turn it upside down, you are actually inviting anarchy to it. And that's what we are shouting to Total Energy. Please, obey our laws. The question we need to ask ourselves, can they do these things in France? Can they do some of these things in their places? The answer is no, they cannot. They cannot. So if they continue, it's content. There is no two ways about it.
If you look at the Niger Delta, do you think with all these issues that the oil companies haven't really done well in terms of relating with their host communities?
They have not. They have not. You know what they normally do? Let me tell you something. Like if you look at, I said if you look at this PIA and the Land Use Act, these two documents was sponsored by the what they call it, the oil companies, multinationals in this country. Yes. What was the essence of Land Use Act?
But these multinationals are international oil companies.
What they do?
Don't you think they did?
What they do in collaboration, with our own people who are the national assemblies. If you look at critically this PIA, it has caused more problem. If you look at section 4.3, you will know in this PIA Community Trust Fund, you will discover that it's a whole lot of problems that the thing is sitting in on gunpowder that is going to explode at any point in time. If you look at the Land Use Act, what was the reason for Land Use Act? Because they want to remove the voice of those who owns the land. And then what they did was to place that voice in the government, to place that control in the government, so that if any company sees oil in your land, what the government need to do is to just to come there, because the government is holding the land on trust. To say we are going to take this land for public interest.
They might just give.
They just give you a
certain.
And you have no say. You can't. The Land Use Act, Section 47, clearly said that nobody that is going to go to court, you can't go to court to go and challenge what they gave to you as a person.
I think that was one of the issues that Femi Falana said he was handling. I think in one of the, is it southwestern or northern state where mineral resources was found in a particular land, and they awarded very peasant amount. So he went to court and they were able to get about 300 million thereabout, because he uses the court used their discretion or so.
That thing, that Land Use Act was sponsored by the oil company to say, if you don't do this, we are going to pull out. And Nigerian government has to couple some of Nigerians, and they traveled abroad and then give them money to bring in the policy of the United what they call it, the British system that says all land in Britain belongs to the Queen. That was what happened. At the end of the day, everybody that is living in this land, there is nobody that owns any land. The land belongs to government. You are only a tenant. The government can just come and say that happened, and then they will collect the place. You won't say anything. So that's why I said that if you look at the PIA and look at this document, the oil company is doing worst to our people.
So you think the PIA hasn't really solved the problem for which it was enacted in the first place?
If time will permit us, or it's going to be something another day, invite me back. Let me digest a lot of things.
We'll talk about it.
On this PIA, let's look at what the law is talking about on this community trust fund. You will discover that when the law pushes some certain benefit to the community, it took the other hand to tie it.
Okay.
That you cannot do this without the position or the decision of the oil company. Why do we leave our will, the interests in the hands of foreigners, in the hand of oil companies? Why? That's why I said, until our legal systems are amended and repeat within the concept of what Nigerians think that should be their interest in their nation, we will not go anywhere.
The deputy governor is from your place.
Yes.
Have you reached out to her to see how maybe a bigger umbrella can settle this matter?
No. We are about doing that.
You want to do that?
Yes, we will do that. But for the fact that the case is still in court, I think every other person need to
maintain status quo.
Maintain status quo.
Is there any room for out-of-court settlement?
For now, there is none.
There's none?
Yes.
If the company decides to come to the community and say, okay, like you claim that they have done wrong, and then they plead for forgiveness that, let's go back and rearrange things, won't you accept?
We will. We are not abiding. What we are opting out for is peace. But with that peace, we cannot achieve anything. If they have to do that peacefully and with the cooperation of the people, I think we'll have a long way to go.
All right. Feel free to join us on the conversation. Of course, what we are talking about, the PIA 3%, but some communities haven't even formed their own board.
That is the surprising thing. Why is it that totally want to do everything?
There is so much trouble on it.
Yes, well,
if you go to Abu or do the same thing, anywhere is the same thing. Total wants to control a lot of things, and the people are saying no.
All right. If this also applies to your community, feel free to join us on the conversation. Dial 0817-0000951 and 0810-9510-951. When communities and host communities and IOCs have this conflict, how can we better resolve it in consonance with the laws of the land? You look at the 1999 Constitution as amended. You also look at the PIA as stated, even though the PIA has its own issues.
Yes.
Because for some people, they've said, we need to go back to the Assembly. The 10th National Assembly needs to look really into it. There are so many areas, gray areas, that needs to be touched. But what is existing presently now, is it possible for the oil companies to adhere to it while there's still room for improvement on the PIA? Is it possible for them to abide to it, for them to live peacefully, coexist with their own host communities? If there are issues between the host community and the IOCs, how can we better resolve them in the interest of both parties? Feel free to join us on the conversation. Good afternoon, welcome.
Yeah, Mr. Zion, good afternoon.
Go ahead, Mr. Zion.
So my brothers in the studio, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Max, with rapt attention and listening to the conversation, did you hear they ever mention any politician's name? Did they mention any politician name from River State or from the Egi region? But rather, our own people. When I always tell you here that the problem is not the politicians, I know what I'm telling you. In the aspect of the PIA, I expected that by now we would have dusted this issue, presented it from the affected community to the federal government, to be empowered and inaugurated and handed over to the IOCs. But as I'm talking to you, some communities don't even know their status. And there are oil facilities there. They don't know their status. Do you know what our people said? Our people, especially Manijoma from Bayelsa State, they said that we need to register with 3 million naira first. To who? Few individuals. They are the one that is going to determine our status if we are oil producing communities. Man, you are here when the Northerners gave you the description of oil producing community. That even if a tanker is passing their community, they are also oil producing. But look at us from this region. Even our brothers and sisters who are working in those IOCs, who are supposed to even tell us or direct us what to do. What do? They collect their little money, travel abroad, and allow us to suffer. I want to beg my brothers in the studio, this agitation should not stop here. In solidarity, I am with you until we have to define oil producing communities in the Niger Delta region and let the federal government enact a board of PIA so that every community can go there and register as PIA communities, but not few individuals try to take away our rights. Mr. Zion.
Mr. Zion, before you go, hello, Mr. Zion.
Yes.
Well, because of yesterday's conversation, you've not reached out to me.
I sent a message, my number to your line. I waited to collect your message number and I sent a message there.
Okay, let me check through.
I can really do that now.
Please do it now. Please do it. Please do it. Thank you. Good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Hector.
Go ahead, sir.
Hector. So, this divide and rule tactics has been their time immemorial. It has been a method this IOC has been using to divide, to cause conflict in our Niger Delta communities. During the Niger Delta crisis, these are some of the things that metamorphosed to the crisis in our communities. And they are still using it. They come, they, divide, cause conflict in our communities, appoint or employ some few persons that they know that will not represent the interests of the host communities and the producing communities. Now, there will not be loggerhead between these persons that are appointed or employed by these IOCs against their communities. So until this stops, there will continue to be crisis in our communities, in our LGS and the states, and it will continue to affect the internal economy. Because these are some of the things that contributed to the militancy in our region.
All right. Thank you. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon.
Go ahead, Wellington.
I don't want to talk about what I'm poised to talk about this issue because really I'm angry with this oil company. They don't know what they are doing to us. They are polluting our environment, causing problems between youth in the community, setting the community in chaos. I want to tell the leaders in the studio to be very, very careful. I repeat, very, very careful. Because along that region, there's a crisis now going on. Insecurity is going on along that region. So that it will infiltrate to their youth. Otherwise, they will be making peace while some other person is extorting money from the company. Because I know I've been in that situation. So they should be very, very careful. And they should work with their kingsmen, I mean the traditional rulers, to come up, make a statement, a strong statement, that whatever happened in this community, they should hold total responsible. They should hold them responsible. If there is any crisis in the community, they should hold the company responsible because they have gone through the back door to set the community on fire with their carrot and stick method. It's a fact. I'm telling them they should be careful. So if they want to adhere to the court order, they should move with the paramount ruler to move to that gate and give a strict warning that if they fail to adhere to the order, whatever crisis came up in this community, they are held responsible. Thank you and God bless us.
Thank you very much. John and Elichi, the traditional rulers, the highest, I know you have what's his name now? The highest traditional ruler in your clan.
Again.
Yes. Is he in consonance with the protest?
Okay, now we are having a problem in that area. Right now, the Ezegis 2 is also in contention. The last person is dead. He's late now, and there have been an issue. Somebody was also contending with him in court, and eventually, I think Total also played a major role by recognizing one person, and eventually the person died, and the case is still in court.
So no one is presiding over the community?
No, nobody. There's no Isaki now in my area.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Okay, let me react to one of the callers when he mentioned that there's an issue, security issues at Ahoda Aziz. Yes, that's, if you look at my statement on Wednesday to Tuta, I said and I made it clear that, listen, from Ahoda to Egi is like trekking from here to the other of your gate. That is just the boundary between there, and whatever that affects these people will definitely affect these people. And I call their attention that there is a security threat right now in Ahoda Aziz, that they should please not ignite another one, because it will be uncontrollable if these two zones are completely in a security risk. So definitely, that's our position. That's what we look at. What we looked at and said, no, please, Total, please stop this divide and rule. There's a security threat going on right now over there, and this Egi area has been on crisis for over some years. They have to manage and then resolve the issue, and people came back to their places, and then you want to ignite another one because of oil or your interest, and we said no to it.
0817-0000951 and 0810-9510951. Hello, good afternoon, welcome.
Hello, good afternoon, Lucky Master.
Yes, Robin Maja, go ahead, sir.
God bless you. Greeting to the guest in the studio. You see, Maxwell, I will continue to say that the problem is the government, not the people. The government is the problem, not the people. Lucky Maxwell, is there any part of Nigeria? Okay, let me come. We are River State. Is there any part of River State that does not have a government representative? Are you telling me the protest carried out by this community, the local government chairman is not aware? The councillor representing the area is not aware. The House of Assembly member is not aware. The deputy governor that comes from that area is not aware. What do they want us to do? To take laws into our hands? The answer is no. When people are legitimately asking a genuine demand, why don't the government come in place and call the parties Should they be collecting the billions from these companies and leave the people in penury? Every day we continue to shout and cry, and we have this oil and gas in our footstep, yet we cannot eat well. And you tell me government is not responsible? Are we not paying tax? Don't we pay tax? Those who ride vehicles, don't they pay tax? Those who work, don't they pay tax? What do they want us to do? I have told you, Lucky Maxwell, we are living like a conquered people. And the people are conquered with the instrument of the government, the political elite. The government is the problem. But my brother, we should continue the struggle, either for now or for the training unborn. God will be with you people. Don't be afraid, don't be scared. God bless you. I remember the mother, the farmer calling from me.
Thank you very much. On Facebook, someone says the problem between these two individuals is greed, as the community and the IOCs. Stephen Bo says, stop the divide and rule syndrome. Chiefs, elite, youth and women leaders should not apportion special powers to themselves. Government must not turn a blind eye and become invisible contractors. Whatever that means. I don't know. Before we go, 60 seconds each. Comrade, what are your demands?
Our demand is simple, that the oil company should stop this divide and rule in Niger Delta.
So you're saying they should just come to the community,
yes,
consult them, form the board before payments are made.
Before payments are made. So this and then they should respect our laws. They should respect the judiciary. They should respect our laws. Whether anybody is telling them somewhere that nothing will happen, it's a lie. Something will happen. They should stop disobeying our laws. That's where the problem are coming from. The law says, the court has said, Court of Competent Judges has said, please, don't do anything. Let's hear the two parties out. And you are still going ahead to do what? And you think the other party will just keep quiet and then allow you? No, now it will not happen. We will not. If Total Energy decide to continue this backyard, I am using this opportunity to promise them that the civil society will mobilize and occupy their gate until they respect our court, they respect our judiciary, and they respect our laws. We have laws here.
Elichi?
Yeah?
Your final on this show, because we will still see you come again.
Okay, my final on this issue is that court orders need to be respected, need to be obeyed by Total Energies and everybody that is concerned. Mostly, even if you are not a party, but you are holding the subject matter, you need to respect court judgments, you need to respect court orders. And finally, they should be open to everybody, not being selective to some certain persons. Like what I have said, Total gates have been locked since COVID-19. The communities are not going there. They choose who comes in and who doesn't come in. Previously, we have Tuesdays and Thursdays as visiting day. Go there and canvass your problem and see what they can do about it. But these days, it doesn't work like that. Their gate is locked for everybody, to the communities, and they are going on selective people that can visit them and that cannot visit them. So I want liberality and not creating sentiment. All of us are from the host communities.
Thank you very much. Elichi Fine is the CDC chairman of Obage community. Thank you for coming. Comrade John Iwa, State Coordinator, International Human Rights Organization. Thank you very much for coming. We appreciate you.
Thank you for
we wish you all the best. Hopefully, I will still invite you to come over, so everyone will be alive. We'll see you come over and over and over again. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you very much.
We are grateful.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. All you need to know about this one is that
95.1 FM. Such a unique dial.
All pirates, yes, they rabbi, sold I to the
the merchant ships. Minutes after they took I from the bottomless pit, but my hand was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We forward in this generation triumphantly. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever have, redemption songs, redemption songs. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time.
Today's news in 60.
The federal government has announced stringent measures that would end banditry and terrorism, which have forced about 11,000 people out of school and 4 schools closed in Niger State. The federal government has promised potential investors into Nigeria's solid mineral sector a number of incentives, including 95% capital allowances of qualifying capital expenditure, up to 3 to 5 years tax holidays, possible capitalization of expenditure on exploration and survey, among others. President Bola Tinubu has been urged by stakeholders in the pharmaceutical sector to extend the state of emergency declared on food security to indigenous medicine. Experts says that Nigeria's $77 billion telecommunications sector, which currently houses 34,862 towers, 127,294 base transceiver stations, and 96,198 kilometer fiber